Gary Vasquez-USA Today SportsHenderson's average draft position, ADP, before the trade was 59.5, making him the 24th ranked running back in fantasy this year, according to Fantasy Pros. That was a fair value for the Rams running back, putting him behind the likes of Myles Gaskin, Kareem Hunt, and Miles Sanders. Now, his ADP is likely to slip a fair amount, putting him closer to the Ronald Jones 2 and Leonard Fournette range of RB 31 and 33, respectively. The Rams aren't going to have a workhorse back unless an injury occurs, which makes it difficult to determine who will get the most touches between Henderson and Michel. Henderson is still worth drafting because he's a big play threat and the best receiving back on the Rams roster. He should still be in line for 10-plus touches per game, especially on third down when the Rams are throwing the ball. Just be careful about reaching for him and instead target him closer to the 7th or 8th round. AP photo/Rich Schultz Michel was already in a crowded backfield for the Patriots, where Damien Harris looked to be the top running back, along with James White and rookie Rhamondre Stevenson. Michel had an ADP of 194.5 and was RB 54 based on where he's being drafted, so fantasy owners were down on the running back. His value should actually improve a bit now that he's with the Rams. Michel and Henderson are clearly the top two backs in LA and should each contribute in meaningful ways. Michel isn't much of a receiver, but he can help on first and second down, and more importantly, in the red zone. He scored 6 touchdowns in 13 games as a rookie and 7 times in 16 games during the 2019 season, showing the ability to find the end zone. Akers was likely going to be the Rams' goal line back, but that role should mostly fall to Michel now, who's the better inside runner and more physical back than Henderson. Photo by Ronald Martinez/Getty Images. Jones was generating some hype as a potential handcuff for Henderson in fantasy, but that's no longer needed. He had an ADP of 154.3, ahead of Michel, even, and was RB 52, which is pretty high for a player who's never had an NFL carry. Now, Jones has almost no value in 10 or 12 team leagues. There simply aren't enough roster spots in fantasy to warrant keeping Jones around. He's much better suited as a potential in-season pickup if Henderson or Michel goes down. Otherwise, don't bother using a pick on him. Instead, target one of the Patriots' remaining running backs, like Stevenson. AP photo/Mark J. Terrill. Funk's value is almost non-existent now, even lower than it was before Michel landed in LA. He had an ADP of 248 and was RB 84, so he wasn't even being drafted in most leagues. He probably shouldn't be drafted in any formats now, except for maybe deeper dynasty leagues. He should still make the team, but he'll only be used in emergency situations, similar to how Jones was last season behind Akers, Henderson, and Malcolm Brown.